let's go back to the history. Since you are a historian believer, a history believer, does the Bible has historical errors? Now, the Bible addresses the king at the time of Joseph was Pharaoh. Yeah? And as well the Bible address Joseph was Pharaoh. And as well the Bible addresses the king. Yeah, here you go. Here you go, my friend.
Just get
Yeah?
one of each.
Yeah. As well the Bible addresses the king at the time of Moses is Pharaoh. So Pharaoh at the time of Joseph, Pharaoh at the time of Moses, Pharaoh there, Pharaoh here, Pharaoh everywhere. Yeah, that's how it is. The problem is, yeah, history now condemn this. Why? Now after the discovery of Rosetta Stone, and there is nearly, I don't know how many years, around 600 or 700 years, something like that, between Joseph and Moses. During the time of Joseph, Hyksos, who used to be a Mediterranean reign, who literally took over Egypt, and they became kings of Egypt for around 6 or 7 centuries. During their time, they used to call their kings kings, not pharaohs. Yeah, like for example, why we go far, the same country that we are living in, here, king of this country ruled Egypt at certain time. Yeah, they took over, they colonized Egypt. They never called them as pharaohs of Egypt, never did that. Nowadays there is a president in Egypt. Nowadays there is a president in Egypt. His name is, he is a president, his title is not pharaoh. So here in the Bible, they address. So since you are a history believer, the historian says that's a massive error in the Bible, talking about the king at the time of Joseph, who was a Hyksos leader, he was a king, never used the title Pharaoh there, and then in the Bible they say Pharaoh. Who said this? Why don't you call him Caesar? You will say it's an error. Some people they say those are synonymous. Those are, they're similar. King and Pharaoh is the same. Why don't you call him Caesar then? Yeah. Why don't you say the Caesar of Egypt?
Because they called him Pharaoh.
No, history again.
History says they called him Pharaoh.
No, history says called king. During the time of Joseph. History says, of course, you will disagree with the existence of God. That's fine. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about, according to the history, it's an error to say the king at the time of Joseph to be called Pharaoh.
According to your history.
No, according to an English historian who dismantled the Rosetta Stone, and then they found out all what is written on the monument, the pyramids, and the scrolls. They discovered at the time of Joseph, Hyksos ruled, and Hyksos never used the title Pharaoh. Do you understand? Do you understand? Good. So why, for example, Romans ruled Egypt. Yeah, they never used the title Pharaoh. They kept their title Caesars. Yeah, they called themselves king or Caesars, even though they ruled Egypt. So they didn't change the title. The point is, when you are using the title Pharaoh to someone never used it, this is error, and this is deception, basically.
Yeah, well, that's just your historian.
No, I'm talking about history because we are dealing with history, with facts.
They're recording you.
They're recording. You are recorded. You are live. Okay. Now, since we demonstrated.
This is what you quote from your.
So we demonstrated. No. I'm talking about history. History again.
No, your history.
No, not my history. English history. The one who wrote this is not me. Is English gentleman who wrote about the history of Egypt. And after dismantling the language, the hieroglyphic language, they discovered the Hyksos who ruled during that time. They never used the title Pharaoh. So basically, the Christianity flops with this. So how are you? You okay, sir? Where are you from?
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe in God, sir?
I'm more of an atheist.
More of an atheist.
Yeah.
So, and as an atheist, do you believe, for example, do you know how we came into existence as a human being?
We don't know how we came into existence. Science is still trying to figure that one out.
Okay. our own analogy, using our own analogy, if you wanted to know about the existence of the universe, now either this universe was there always. Respectful lady, we have done with you. So we have done. We have done.
What you are telling people.
Okay. Yeah, definitely not the Bible. Definitely not the Bible. That's why Christianity is dying, because this is the problem, because it doesn't answer logical answers. It just answer, do you have to believe? They will tell you. Did they tell you in the chat? You have to believe, then you understand. They used to tell you this, yeah?
Yep.
In Islam, you have to understand, then believe. You see how it is? Big difference, big shift, yeah? Does it make sense? So here for us as Muslims, yeah, God told us to use our brain, our intellect, to understand our existence. Now, firstly, this universe came into existence. Either this universe created itself by itself, yes?
Yes.
Or the universe was there always for infinity. Or the universe was created by a creator. Do you have any other option?
I have all of those three, and basically not knowing. I have all those three in the same level.
No, I will tell you something. No, because I will tell you something. For example, if I found this book here, and I will say to you, I found this book here.
Yes.
And then the first thing come to my mind, I will not think, okay, the particles and the things, they get under certain pressure, and they formulated this book.
Yes, someone put that book over.
Yeah, you will say someone put that book. Yeah, yeah. So, lady, I need to talk. Please. You are covering the camera, lady. Excuse me. After I finish with him, I will come back. You are blocking the camera. You are blocking the camera behind. Can you go back to your place, please? No, you are blocking the camera behind you. Look behind you. There is a camera behind.
Just move one step to the side, please.
Try to understand. Why don't you be respectful? We're respecting you. Can you please be respectful and move from the camera? No, you could jump on the table. This is not right. This is not a respectful way. This is not a respectful behavior. Do you understand? Behave in a good way. I respect you, and I dealt with you in a respectful manner.
Which is why you are telling so many.
Okay, I suppose if I lie or I didn't lie.
Yes, carry on.
Yeah. So, can you come get closer to us here? Because sometimes some people are disrespectful. So anyway.
I know.
So you see.